Wednesday?
It is May 20th, 2020.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it right.
I actually... Oh, wait, I should know this, because I've been looking forward to today for, like, a couple months.
Yep. I only knew because of the date yesterday. Carried over.
So, yeah, we actually have new books. I did not get a chance to read any more Transmetropolitan, which I think is fine for everybody.
Yeah, I've been all sorts of worked up since then. It's against me every day. Like, I'm not even kidding.
So, yeah, let's fucking do it. I'm Champenstein.
I'm Heather Champenstein.
And we're Talk Comics to Me.
Yes, here we are. So, I'm going to go first because we're back to it. I've been so excited about it all day.
Oh, the wiggle was great.
Okay, so I have DCeased, Unkillables. This is issue 3 of 3. This is the conclusion to the villains side of the story. I really liked how this issue was written, just because of the narration and stuff in it. If you do not remember, I don't expect anyone to because it's been a long time. I honestly had to, like, remember what had happened, like, kind of refresh my memory with it. But basically, the bad guys are in an orphanage, and there's, like, a bunch of kids there. Yeah, and they're all learning how to, like, defend themselves and stuff. I say villains, but there's also, like, good guys and stuff, too. Like, I can't remember any of the names. Batgirl's there. God, I wish I could remember names. Robin, other people. Anyway, they're all there. They're all working together, and they've formed, like, a friendship, I guess, like, relationship between all of them. Like, they're all on the same page rather than against each other. There's some really cute relationships between, like, the bad guys and the kids because they have soft spots for the kids. Yeah. Like, Cheetah is training this one girl who, throughout the series, is just wearing her own pair of cat ears, which I just thought was adorable. But they know that they have to leave because the bad guys found a way into the orphanage that they were staying in. So they get in the Batmobile and 2 buses, and they're leaving. But then dead Wonder Woman, comes out of nowhere. So they are trying to fight Wonder Woman. Cheetah, Solomon Grundy, and Creeper? I don't know who that guy is, so I keep forgetting what his name is. The green guy. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, I don't know that guy.
Yeah, it's weird. They are all trying to fight Wonder Woman to keep her distracted so that the kids can get away. They do not end up making it, and it's very sad the way that it happens, just again because of the narration. But then Slade ends up staying behind after the bad guys die so that he can help them more, but he knows that there's no way out for him. He's not going to make it out alive and stuff, so it's just him sacrificing himself so that they can all get away. And they end up getting to Poison Ivy's retreat, which is been protected from everything because she designed it that way. But there's one scene that I liked the most when the kids are like trying to get away. Where is it? Just because of the way that it's worded. It's like one kid almost gets attacked, and it's like, they're the 2 dads. Yeah, unfortunately, their 2 dads were having none of it, and it's Slade and then Gordon. I just thought it was really cute.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, I think I liked this series more than I liked the original DCeased, just because I liked the whole, I don't know, you get to see the bad guys and the good guys on the same page for once, and having to work together for them all to survive, and then how these kids soften them enough that like they sacrifice themselves for it. So I thought it was very interesting. And according to you, there is another DCeased?
I think there was like a one shot or something.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That was in previews.
It was
a while back. Yeah. And with everything that's going on, I'm not even sure. It might be one of those things that comes out like digital only.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed that one again, I think more than the other one. I think it was worth the wait because that ending was actually really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I am too. I'm glad that they did only make it 3 issues though, because I feel like if it was 6 like the other one, I would have lost steam halfway through. So
yeah, which I think is why I kind of like backed off.
Yeah,
because that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad that it wasn't 6.
All right, are you ready for me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the first thing I have is some queer shit.
So good.
It's called Radlands. It's pinups by L Sub. It's just like a little zine of people and monster or spooky things, I guess. Like, I don't know if aliens are spooky, but
they can be.
Just pinups of all of them doing queer stuff.
Pinup queer shit.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. I guess the cover is a homage to a Bruce Springsteen album, Nebraska.
It's my favorite album.
Which I did not know. My sweet friend AK tweeted me and told me, which was very kind of them.
That's honestly why I got excited when I picked it up over there, because I was like, is this just pinups of fucking Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah, and at first I was like, is this otherwise like related to that at all? And I don't think so. They were also saying that they have that Bruce Springsteen has a song called Badlands.
Badlands, yeah. And I was... No, I mean... Not really.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, I thought the name of them might have been referenced to him, but no.
Yeah, and I thought the same thing. I was like, well, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
That's still cool. I like that.
And it was really cool, like, information to learn, because I had absolutely no idea, you know.
You should listen to that album. It's so good. It's so good. It's one of my favorite albums.
Okay.
To exist. It's beautiful. Because it's so different from any other Bruce Springsteen album. It's just all acoustic, and it's Nebraska. Come on.
Nebraska holds no place in my heart.
It didn't until Bruce Springsteen made nothing about it.
So yeah, that's Radlands. Just a cute little zine. And if you like penises, there's lots of them.
Cute little penises.
Cute little penises. Anyway.
We're back.
We're back. Welcome. It's a time. And next I have Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. This is issue number 10. It was nice to have this book back because I missed it. I'm going to be really sad because it's just going to be done in a couple of issues, but...
At least it's back, and at least you get to finish it in actual, like, book form. You don't have to do it digitally, which is fine. I think that's a good idea for digital, but I just feel like you need that in a physical copy.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll probably buy the trade if it comes out in a hardcover trade, just because this book is fucking... It's just so much fun, and honestly, like, exactly, like, the kind of humor and stuff I need right now. Just Jimmy Olsen being silly, doing some dumb stuff, and you kind of... I mean, you've known from... at least halfway through who was trying to plot his murder, but this kind of puts it all together. Ooh. And goes back in time and just shows you like all of the pieces and how we got to where we are now, and Jimmy basically coming after that person and being like, I fucking know. But it was a lot of fun, like as always, just a good time. No little Olsens this time though, unfortunately, which is whatever.
It's whatever.
Whatever. But I still, it's great. This book is really, really, really fun.
I can't wait for it to, like, be done so that I can... Oh my God. I love it so much. So that I can read it, because I do want to read it, but I want to read it in its entirety. Oh my God.
But it's his brother.
It's so cute, though.
Oh, I know. It's so good. You don't even have to know anything about superheroes or even care. I think it's just really enjoyable on that level of just like hearty laughter. And maybe I guess you should have some sort of like knowledge, but I feel like
just be aware of who they are.
Vague knowledge of if you know who Superman and Lex Luthor are, you're fine.
Okay, then I'll be good.
They put the pieces together for you.
Okay.
No, but yeah, no, I love that book.
Henry Cavill and Pete Ricketts.
Pete Ricketts is no Lex Luthor.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
I'm Lex Luthor. I'm just kidding. I would never bick my head.
all right, so then next I guess I just picked this up, but Heather read it.
I read it so fast.
We have Year Zero. This is a little zombie story
By Benjamin Percy. I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying this like new line. Like
the Upshot
yeah,
comics.
like I know it's like all horror comics pretty much that they're putting out, and I've for the most part enjoyed the stories that they're putting out. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I hate to call it like a basic zombie story to start, but it does just. The first issue introduces you to all of the characters. One of the things I like, which I don't think I realized, but I think subconsciously realized, all of the color schemes for all of the characters are different. Mm-hmm. So
damn, that is cool. I did not realize that either.
Yeah,
it
does a really good job of differentiating the characters, but basically you kind of get to know the personalities of each of these people you're probably going to be following throughout the zombie apocalypse and basically where they were when everything started. The art is really, really great. Ramon Rosana's, and then Lee Loffridge, he did the colors, so it all like came together really, really well in a way. Like I'm pretty interested to check out how it continues.
And you said you added it?
I did add it. Since it's only 5 issues, there's no reason not to. I'm at least like intrigued enough to see where these characters go. It's not going to last like 100 and however many issues. Like, and you know, I was kind of hesitant to pick it up just because it is a zombie book, but I like Benjamin Percy's writing quite a bit, so it was worth, like, at least checking out. And
right.
I don't know, I'm kind of interested to see how he tries to put his own twist on it, because I feel like it won't be necessarily straightforward.
Right. And I do like how he did it, like, the people are in different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought that was very interesting, because they're obviously not going to meet up with each other. Like, how would that happen?
Yeah, and
it's all separate stories, and I really, really enjoy that.
And they're all in kind of, like, different, like, places in life and different, like, preparedness.
Right.
So it is, it's really interesting. His author's notes were really good in the back. He wrote them on my birthday, so.
Oh, dang.
March 3rd. That's important for everybody to know.
Remember that.
So it was, the beginning of the pandemic when he wrote this, so it was really interesting to kind of get, like, the gauge of how he was gonna, like, kind of throw his own lens onto the book.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Interesting enough to, like I said, just let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. Okay. Since comics are just back, we're back to, the unevenness and the new comics. So I had one comic outside of the ones that Champ and I share. Champ has several, so you will unfortunately not be hearing much from me today. It's fine. You'll just love my voice again. So next, I have Kill Whitey Donovan. This is issue 5 of 5. This finally tells you who Whitey Donovan is and what he has done.
Finally, the last issue? Come on, guys.
I mean, they've alluded to, like, him being, like, this terrible person, but, like, not 100% what happened. But basically, yes, her sister, or what's her fucking name? I have their names. Anna and Hattie. Anna's sister killed herself because of Whitey Donovan. He raped her, and she was pregnant, and he basically was just like, well, I don't, it doesn't matter.
We're not doing this.
And she hung herself, and so that's why Anna's going on this, hunt of him. And Hattie, he was just her owner.
Right. Oh, yeah, because Hattie's a slave.
Yeah, okay. So she, has every reason to murder him because he's awful. And she's also in search of her mother who went up north. So it ends with them killing Whitey Donovan.
Cool. Was it worth the build-up, considering, like, you don't actually find out the meaning until this issue?
I I did really like this issue, and I did like the ending quite a bit and what happened, because it wasn't just like, clear cut. They weren't able to just like walk in and like murder him.
Right. They had to meticulously plan it.
Well, they didn't even get that chance either.
Okay.
So it was more of a thing where they just were able to gain the upper hand.
Okay.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
like,
I love...
They were definitely going down, like, it was going to be bad, but
yeah.
they were able to, like, turn it around via things within their, like...
Oh, good.
So, yeah, it ended on a note where I did enjoy it, and it does seem like there might be another story arc with just Hattie murdering slave owners.
Whew, I'm into that.
So, I'm not sure, but that seems like that's kind of how it ended, but
okay.
who knows with, like... everything.
Right. It could happen or it couldn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the way it ended. I think overall, like, full story is enjoyable.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I only read that first one, so I might have to borrow the other ones from you and check it out.
Yeah.
Or I might just get a trade.
Yeah.
I'll probably just get the trade.
I would say just borrow these issues to see what you think.
Okay.
Just because it was good. But if I have them, you can just borrow them.
Makes sense. More talking.
Also. So next I have Outcast. This is issue number 45.
It's almost done.
There's 3 more issues.
3 more.
I was actually least excited about this book, to be completely honest. Because,
That's that one that's just kind of been dragging on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's still just... like, I feel like I don't know what they're going to do in 3 issues. Like, what they, like, why they just keep speeding on. So basically in this issue, like, the main bad guy that they've been fighting has brought his kids to the Outcast to exorcise them because they've all become possessed, because they've drawn all of the, like, I don't know what they are, demons, and they've possessed basically everybody within like a 30-mile radius.
Okay. Because
there's like, they gathered all the outcasts together, which is creating a beam that is going to cause the Great Merge. So the main bad guy, who I like to call Idris Elba bad guy, because he looks exactly like Idris Elba.
Okay.
His name is Roland, I guess. I do know his name.
Not quite close.
But he looks like Idris Elba.
I prefer that, yeah. Yeah. If they were to make a movie, they would have to cast him 100%.
So, that's his name. He gets his kids, exercised, and then he's just like, well, what's your, like, talking to the outcasts, and Kyle, the main character, and she's like, what's your plan to, like, get rid of these dudes? And they're just like, we don't know. And then he's just like, you're pathetic, and ha 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 ha. It's just,
we have no plan.
And then at the end, all of the possessed people are marching towards the outcast. Yeah, dog, just
doesn't sound very interesting.
I mean, it just feels like
they didn't need to drag it out that
long. Yeah, they
long.
didn't need to drag it out that long, and I don't know if there was a direction they were heading in to begin with, and then they just were like, oh, people keep picking up this book, so we can just keep going. And or maybe it's just me, maybe everybody else just loves it. It just feels like it's taking its sweet time and not really telling me anything. Anything more than I don't know, that I isn't a surprise. And they've literally been talking about this event since the very beginning of the story. Mm-hmm. So, it's just... And
it's 45 is the issue?
Yeah, this is issue 45.
Yeah, that's a long time for that to be happening.
And it's issue 48 that it goes until.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I feel like that's like a Robert Kirkman thing, though, is like...
I mean, yeah, for sure.
He likes long stories, but he likes just dragging them out rather than having, like, short incidents happening within the story.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that with the most recent one, the post-apocalyptic one. The monster one. Oblivion Song.
I was like, I can't remember.
Yeah, I was like, why can't I think of what it's called? But that's how I felt when I was reading that one as well. Was like, he didn't have to drag it out as many issues as he did. And that's why I wasn't interested in it. So I can see why that would be, like, frustrating to read. When it's just
and I really enjoyed, like, the first story arc of this. And, like, the second story arc, it's one of those things where I just feel like it could have wrapped itself up in a different way much earlier.
Right. There's too much filler.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Without gaining anything.
Right. Like, unnecessary filler.
Yeah, it's just, like, it kind of went up and then it just, like, plateaued, and then you get, like, little, like, humps of stuff, and you're just like, oh, okay, but, like, it...
And it's one of those that you've been carrying on for so long, and it's so near the end that there would really be no point in not...
Yeah, and that's exactly why I haven't dropped it, is because it's like there's no reason to drop it, because I've gotten this far, why not finish it? It's just frustrating that there was also 2 months of no comics, and then this is the first thing to come out. But also, when I was reading the, like, back-end notes, this book was going to be late regardless.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, like, how late, but...
Oh, no.
But yeah, so it'll end eventually, and I'll be... I feel bad, because I'm sure it would be interesting or intriguing to other people, or maybe if you just, like, read it all at once, it'd be an enjoyable time. I've just been reading it for, like...
3 years?
Longer than that.
4 or 5?
I feel like 4 or 5 years. I feel like... I'm gonna look up when Outcast first came out. I got it when the first trade came out. I'm sorry, we're a Googling machine. Does this tell me?
We gotta know. 2011? Is that? I'm just guessing.
2015.
2011.
So 4 years at least.
Yeah. Okay. Damn.
Wait.
It'd be like 5.5 years.
Yeah, 5.5 years.
Yeah.
So
damn, but
that's a long time to read a story that's just like yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. Maybe reading it from the beginning and then, like, not having that much space in between like issues and, like, volumes and stuff, like, maybe it's more interesting that way because it doesn't seem so dragged out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that was my rant about Outcast.
I am excited to see the last issue, though, to see if it was worth the wait. Yes.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yes, in 6 months. So this is something we both have, and we've already talked about this, but now that we have the actual issue, this is the Ludocrats. So we can show you...
The very first page?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Because this is the very first page, and I love it so much.
It's a weenie.
And there's a big man with a little weenie. I don't even know if it's really that little.
It's a floppy dong.
It's just a big floppy dong. Big little dong.
It's a big little dong. But there's one there it is. Okay. So this is the art for it. Just look at the faces. Like it's just, to not go on another rant like we did last week, if you just read it. Yeah. Just read it.
It's really, really, really funny. It's just such a good, like, belly laugh, and also just, like, it's ludicrous. It is, like...
Damn, and I like the way that it feels, too. Like, the pages feel different.
I could not speak to that. But, yeah, it's just...
Speak to it.
It's a pretty book. The art is, like, very cartoonish and very funny, as well as having, like, the book itself being very adult oriented. It's just, it's a great time.
Very fun book.
Our friend Derek, he was talking to me about this because he picked it up yesterday, because I've, been going on about it for a couple weeks. And he was just like, yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed it. He's like, but who's the audience for this book? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And he's like, I guess you. Like, yeah. you are the audience. He's like, you loved it. I was like, I guess I am the audience. I guess I was like, they wrote this book for me. It's
just for you.
Yeah, it is just for me, Champenstein. Just, like, working on it all together. Like, you know that Champenstein fellow.
James Chamstein loves this book.
They're just gonna fucking eat this shit up. You're... So yeah, pick up Ludocrats.
He just, like, put every Instagram, like, on a randomizer and was like, all right, we're just gonna find one person, and then I'm gonna write a book based off of how I think this person would feel. Like, this is the target audience. Ding, 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 ding. Champenstein.
Look at this goofy fucker.
Yeah. We're gonna write a book about being ludicrous.
So now I'm more talking.
More. Not too much more though.
No. This is my last book that's by myself. This is Star Wars Adventures, Clone Wars Battle Tales.
A long ass title.
It's a very long title, but it's just little stories about Anakin and the stormtroopers during the Clone Wars.
I'm getting closer to it, by the way. I'm catching up.
So yeah, I love Clone Wars. It's one of my favorite shows. Love to watch it before I go to bed. So I had a good time with this. You know, I mean, I'm not its target audience because I am an adult. Are you? The Ludocrats would say I am.
Okay, all right, you got me there.
I don't know, but it was really fun for me, especially because I am so familiar with the cartoon that like all the voices were just like the voices from the cartoon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you watch Clone Wars, you should maybe pick it up. If you have a kid, I would definitely say it's worth it.
I was gonna say, like, I have a couple issues of the Star Wars Adventures. I originally got them for my tiny little sister-in-law because she loves Star Wars. I love the art for it. I think the art is so cute.
Yeah, the art is very cute.
Yeah, it makes me want to read all of them just because I enjoy it so much.
I kicked myself off our Instagram. And then next, a book we both have together is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is issue number 14. Yeah.
It's called Ring of Fire. Is this like the first part of this, or is this just this issue?
I would assume...
Oh, I got a variant?
Yeah, I think I switched it. I think I was supposed to get that variant because I was getting the B covers, but I figured you probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, I don't mind.
But if you don't mind, you can definitely have it.
I am back to enjoying the art in this.
Yeah, the artist did switch. Julian Lopez.
Moises Hidalgo.
Yeah, and their art is very, like, realistic, so...
Yes, this is Buffy back in the real world after the events of Hellmouth.
Which were fairly traumatic.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's, her just trying to kind of cope with the fact that, like, her friends are gone.
Yeah.
For different reasons, I had to do this. I had to try to remember what had happened because it's been, again, so long since the last issue came out that I had a hard time remembering how it ended. Like, I remembered the events itself, but I just couldn't remember the conclusion to it. But there's a nice little note at the beginning from Anya. If you read that, then you'll be way caught up. I just didn't read that first.
Yeah. You didn't think about it.
Yeah. Well, I just wasn't used to, like, I thought it was just like that, where it's this is a general idea. But yeah.
So yeah, it's... If you're a Buffy fan, definitely.
Oh yeah, and I've been doing my rewatch recently.
Yeah.
So this was it was nice to get this after the comic hiatus. It was fun. It's so fun.
And then lastly, we have Dudley Class. This is issue number 44. This is part 5 of Bone Machine.
I feel like this is the last issue in this.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely the last issue in the story arc.
This is a shocking conclusion.
So, the story arc, they go out to a cabin. Marcus finds out that Maria is seeing somebody else. And he's just I don't know, as always, just getting Marcus knocked down. So,
yeah, he feels like the world is out to get him. Everyone's
Yeah.
against him, and
yeah, he just needs to stay away from the ladies.
that's it. Like, I feel like that's a majority of his problem is, like, just focus on yourself. Stop trying to fuck everyone. Just
like,
be by yourself.
Like, this kind of wraps up everything. Well, then this cabin, Helmet has gathered Petra's family, who are a cult, and they bring them to the cabin to basically murder everybody, and Helmet is going to murder Marcus, and just shit hits the fucking fan.
Yeah, it's
It is like one
out of control.
Yeah, there's a lot of like very explosive things that happen in this issue. I know like it always happens. Like there's always a lot of like explosive things that happen.
But these were like
last-
close to home kind of like
Yeah.
hits.
And then it kind of ends on that cliffhanger where, and I was just talking to Heather about this earlier, it's just like usually with his cliffhangers, it's really like straightforward on who's dead, maybe how the story is going to progress. And within this, it's kind of like you just don't, but you don't know.
It's very unclear because there are a couple different outcomes that it could be. So you're kind of left trying to decide like which one you think it actually is.
Yeah. I know you had texted me about this, and it's really interesting to see like this story and how it's progressed. And I do wonder like if there is an ending, or if it's one of those books that can like, because it can kind of just like flow along. Like it's never at any point really like not engaged me necessarily. Like there are parts where it's kind of like not been as like good, but that doesn't change like the overall story,
right? And it doesn't make me any less interested. I agree with that. Like I still want to know like when they had introduced the new group of kids and like Marcus and them, they weren't a part of it for like several issues. Like I didn't care for it, but I was also interested to know like, you know, why are they being introduced?
Yeah, like
what
who
happened?
are these people?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that is one of my things with this book is just like, I mean, I'll read it for, you know, a period of time. But like how, like, does Rick Remender have an idea of like how this like is gonna flow? Like, is it flowing towards the end? Because it does like have those beats, but you know, but then also how does it end?
Yeah, I actually was thinking about that. I think the only way that they could end it is with Marcus dying.
And that's what I thought as well. But at the same time,
they have a whole other cast of people that could easily carry it on. I personally don't think that I would continue reading it if Marcus was actually killed. Just because he obviously is like the main character. It's how I felt after they killed Rick Grimes off of The Walking Dead. Not that I watched it before that either, but after he died or left, I just didn't care enough to continue.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, because this is like a weird connection with him in the story and the plot and like where it was going and stuff, because it starts with him.
And yeah, this book is very tied to Marcus. I mean, he is the narrator, even though he's like slightly unreliable.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's just not good.
But yeah, it's still like I still love the story. But yeah, I am curious, and like if it does, like yeah, I don't know. It's not like there's gonna be a happy ending. Like that's kind of an impossibility within the scheme of this book.
Yeah,
just because happy things don't happen.
And that's, you know, a thing that I really enjoy about it is like any time that they do have happy moments, it's almost like a fake thing. Like it's like a fake out, like, oh, just kidding, you can't be happy. I love stories like that where it's just like sadness and pain and anger, like instead of happiness, because I feel like that's way more realistic.
Yeah. Even though this is to like the extreme of that.
Yeah.
The newest trade for it comes out, I don't know, because this just says next trade.
1989.
It's possible. But yeah, I mean, that's the 8th, 9th, 10th trade? 8th?
8th. I think it's the 8th.
So yeah, if you have time on your hands, If you like violent shit, it's definitely worth it.
And it's a fairly quick read too. I noticed. Like, I know I read fast anyway, but I feel like that one, especially if you're into the story, it's really engrossing. You lose yourself. And
it is one of those books that like really introduced me to like strange panel setups that I was just like absolutely like, okay, fuck yeah, I can get into this like weird panel shit they're doing.
I was struck by the colors.
Yeah, the colors,
honestly. Like the schemes, the way that it's set up, like that was the one thing that like kept me into it, aside from, you know, the characters. I mean, like the way it looks. Like, I love the colors of this book.
Agreed.
It is so good. Oh god. Got mega hairs stuck to me. I got bruises all over myself.
Okay, anyway, so with that, we're done.
Welcome to New Comic Book Days. We're back.
Next week, who knows what we'll have.
It'll be the 27th.
It will be the 27th. It'll be 7 days away.
Yeah. I'll have a lot of books next week. Champ will determine.
Yeah, I haven't looked yet, so we'll find it out.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. We hope to see you soon. I guess if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. That's what the people say, right?
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button wherever it is. Like it. All right. Bye.
Bye. Go buy new comics.
Yes. Support
your shops.